The Greatest Night in Pop. This is a documentary, a musical documentary that's on Netflix. And this is one of the most recent entertaining documentaries that I have seen that has come out this year. So, The Greatest Night in Pop. What I like about this documentary is that you get to see the behind the scenes of how this whole thing came together. This all took place in one night in January in 1985. And at the time, the American Music Awards was a very big deal. So you had to get all of these artists after the American Music Awards to come together, all of these big stars to come together to record We Are the World. And I will say this, out of all the artists, Harry Belafonte, Lionel Richie, and Michael Jackson, without those three, this song would have not been the same. Michael Jackson, he wrote We Are the World, and his only intention was to write it. He had no interest in being in the music video, going to the studio session, or whatever the case may be, but it turned out to be one of the best decisions he made. I'm glad that he participated in the music video because that was not part of the plan at first. So the fact that I learned that, I mean, it's good to watch stuff behind the scenes. You always want to be curious. You want to know what went down behind the scenes. So I'm glad that this documentary got made. I understand that pop is not everyone's favorite genre. I like pop to a certain degree. But this documentary, I enjoyed watching it. It was entertaining, it was informative, it's nostalgic, especially for the 80s kids. Heartfelt, emotional. I feel that this documentary lives up to the title, which is called The Greatest Night in Pop. So out of all the parts of the documentary, I like the ending. The ending is emotional. You saw Lionel Richie get emotional. And the fact that we have so many of these stars that are no longer with us, like Harry Belafonte is no longer with us, Michael Jackson, Ray Charles, the list goes on and on and on. So many artists that are no longer with us, that they were part of that were part of that session to record We Are the World. And I'm just glad that one of the things that I like about documentaries is that when they came to the studio, there was a sign that said check your ego out the door, because there were so many big time artists that united to make this record. So many egos in one room, but that was a great way to set the tone for all these artists to come to the studio session in Los Angeles. But I definitely enjoyed this documentary, The Greatest Night in Pop. I recommend it. I know that this documentary is not going to be for everyone, but if you are an 80s kid, if you like pop, or if you like any of those artists that I just mentioned, and even more like Diana Ross, I mean, I recommend it. It's on Netflix. I recommend it. See for yourself, critique for yourself. You should definitely watch it. But it's definitely an informative documentary. For some people, they might find it boring. And I do get that at certain points of the documentary, it drags a little bit and gets you a little bit bored. But for me, it was more entertaining than boring. Now, what is my grade? What is my review for this documentary? From 1 through 5, I'll give it a 4.4 out of 5 stars. So yep, The Greatest Night in Pop. It all happened in 1985. I wasn't born around that time, but I've seen so many numerous documentaries and I've known about the song for such a long time, but never knew about what went down behind the scenes. So this documentary, almost 30 years later, came at the right time. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to go to mikespart.shop to buy and see my latest products there, my latest merchandise. And as always, be safe. May God bless each and every one of you. Take care, everyone.